Hello, my people. Good day to you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojola for Mindset Transformation Africa, and on today's episode, I want to talk about feedbacks, all right? I want to talk about feedbacks. See, let me anchor today's episode on this statement. To be better, you will need feedback. So create the space to get some feedback on one area of your life today. To be better, you will need feedback. So create the space to get some feedback on one area of your life today. See, I want to ask you a question that might make you a little bit uncomfortable. And the question is, when was the last time you actively sought out feedback on an important area of your life? When was the last time that you actively sought out feedback on an important area of your life? I'm not talking about the random unsolicited advice people throw at you. I'm not talking about the opinions people share when they don't really know you. I'm talking about real, intentional, constructive feedback. The kind that can make you better. The kind that challenges you to grow. See, we all say we want to improve. We want to be better leaders, better partners, better professionals, better versions of ourselves. But here's the thing. You cannot get better in a vacuum. You need insight. You need perspective. You need people who can see what you might be missing. And for that, my friend, you need feedback. So today, we will go into that. Why feedback is one of the most important tools for growth, why most people avoid it, and how you can create the space to get real, authentic, true feedback on one area of your life starting today. I believe you're ready, so let's go. Let's just get straight to the point. If you want to be better, you need to know where you stand. All right? If you want to be better, you need to know where you stand in life. It's like using a GPS. Imagine you are in a new city, all right? You are in a new city. You're trying to get a destination. You open your map app, but instead of showing you that little blue dot that says you are here, the screen is blank. How can you figure out where to go if you don't even know where you are? That is what feedback does. It tells you where you are so you can figure out where to go next. Feedback gives you clarity. Feedback helps you to course correct. Feedback exposes your blind spot. And blind spots are dangerous, not just on the road, but in life. You might think you are a great communicator, but your team may struggle to understand you. You might think you are a supportive friend, but the people around you might feel unheard. You might think you are disciplined, but your results tell a different story. The point is, without feedback, you don't really know what you don't really know. Without feedback, you don't know what you don't know. See, if feedback is so powerful, the question now is, why do most people avoid it? I think the answer is simple. Feedback can be very uncomfortable. Feedback can be uncomfortable. Nobody likes hearing nobody likes hearing that they could be doing something better. It challenges our ego. It forces us to face things we might not want to see. It makes us to feel vulnerable, and sometimes we assume that if we don't ask for feedback, we won't have to deal with the truth. But let me tell you something. Ignorance is not protection. Ignorance is not protection. Not knowing what is holding you back doesn't stop it from holding you back. Do you understand me? Not hearing about your weaknesses doesn't make them disappear. They are still there. It's just that you chose not to hear about them. The truth is still the truth, whether you face it or not. And listen, feedback is not about tearing you down. It's about building you up. It's about equipping you to be better. So let's talk about how to create the space for feedback in a way that is actually helpful and not just painful. Because sometimes feedback will pain you, like it will hurt you, but it will help you eventually. Do you understand? So if you're serious about getting better, you need to actively invite feedback. 3 things that I think you can do today. Number 1, identify one area where you want feedback. Start small. Instead of opening yourself up to general criticism, focus on one specific area of your life where you truly want to improve. Ask yourself, do I want to be a better leader at work? Do I want to improve my communication skills? Do I want to be a more supportive partner or a friend? Do I want to get better at managing my time or handling stress? Just pick one area where feedback could help you grow. Once you have it, then you move to the next step by asking the right people for feedback. See, not all feedback is created equal. You don't need random opinions from people who don't really understand your goals. You need constructive input from people who can actually help you improve. So be intentional about who you ask. Here is what to look for. Someone who has your best interests at heart, not someone who just wants to criticize you, but they have your best interests at heart. Someone who will be honest with you, not someone who will just tell you what you want to hear, but someone who can be brutally honest with you. Someone who has experience or insight in the area that you want to improve. Not just a random voice on the internet or even in your family. No, someone who has experience or insight or wisdom in the area that you want to improve. See, if you want feedback on your leadership skills, ask a mentor, ask a colleague, not just a friend who has never led anything before. Ask someone that has led and is leading. If you want feedback on your personal growth, ask someone who knows you well. All right, not just someone who sees you from a distance, someone who really knows you well. And when you ask, be very direct. Don't be moving in circles. Be direct. Instead of saying, "Hey, do you have any feedback for me?" No. That's too broad. It puts pressure on the other person. Try saying this like, "See, I'm working on improving how I communicate in meetings. Do you think there is anything I could do better?" Do you understand? That is direct. You already narrowed down where you need feedback. You can also say, "See, I want to be a better friend to you. Is there anything I do that makes you feel unheard or unappreciated?" Do you understand me? That is direct. That is narrowing where you need feedback, all right? And you can also try, I'm trying to be more disciplined. Have you noticed any habits of mine that are holding me back? See, it's clear. You're already aiming for personal development in a particular area of your life. So it will help the person that want to give you feedback to be able to address your concerns. See, the clearer you are, the better the feedback will be. And number 3, you listen with an open mind. Don't be defensive. I can be defensive. So I'm telling you from experience, do not be defensive. No defensiveness at all. All right? That's where most of us mess up. You ask for feedback, but then you get defensive when you hear something that you don't like. You try to justify it, you try to explain it, you try to make excuses. I'm telling you from my personal experience, it's not cool. All right? Feedback is not an attack. Don't always see it as an attack. Don't be combative like me. I'm getting better at it now, but I can be very combative like that. So do not be that, all right? Be better. Do you understand? Don't try to justify. Don't try to explain. Don't try to make excuses. If someone is taking their time to give you constructive input, honor that by listening, even if it stings you, even if it hurts your ego, even if it surprises you, even if you don't fully agree with it. Instead of reacting, try saying, "That is really helpful. Thank you for your honesty. I had not thought about it like that way before. Thank you for taking time to tell me. Can you give me an example so that I can understand better? Can you explain better so that I can get it?" Your job is not to defend yourself. Your job is to listen, to reflect, and decide how you can use that feedback to become better, to grow. See, remember, feedback is a gift. You don't try to defend yourself against a gift to you. Feedback is a gift. You don't have to accept every piece of feedback as truth, but if multiple people are telling you the same thing, it is probably worth paying attention to. So, as we round up today's episodes, you need to learn this, that the people who grow the fastest are the ones who are willing to hear the truth, no matter how hard or harsh the truth might sound. They don't run from feedback, they seek it actively. They don't get defensive, they get curious. They don't ignore it, they use it. See, here's my challenge for you today. Pick one area of your life where you want to improve. Find one person who can give you a honest feedback. Ask them for it. And when they give it to you, listen to them. Learn from it and grow from it. Because I see and I believe that to be better, you need feedback. And to get feedback, you need to create the space for it. So I want you to do that today. Create a space for feedback in your life. Find one person that can give you a honest feedback. Then when they give it to you, accept it. Thank them for it. Accept it so that you can be better. Go today and seek actively feedback. Thank you.